Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning with a strange heaviness in your chest, a sense that something powerful unfolded in the shadows of the night, and yet, try as you might, the details dissolve like mist at sunrise? You reach for the fragments, but they slip through your fingers, leaving only a whisper of wonder, a racing heart, or a fleeting image too fragile to hold. Most people dismiss this as forgetfulness, a flaw of memory, or the randomness of the dreaming mind. But what if I told you this isn't an accident? What if your inability to remember is not a weakness, but a shield, a spiritual encryption designed to protect something sacred within you? You see, forgetting is not always failure. Sometimes it is divine strategy. And once you understand this, you'll begin to see that your dreams, whether remembered or forgotten, are not meaningless wanderings of the mind, but coded messages, hidden corridors, and secret classrooms of the spirit. Before we step through this doorway together, I want you to do something right now. If this message is already resonating with a part of you that words can't touch, hit that like button. If you know deep down that you are walking a path most people will never understand, then subscribe, because this journey was written for you. And I want you to type 77 in the comments below. Why 77? Because it is the number of alignment, the number of the traveler who chooses the narrow way, the seeker who walks between heaven and earth with purpose. You've never fit the mold. You were never meant to. And what I'm about to reveal will not introduce something new to you. It will awaken something ancient inside you, something your soul has always known, but your mind has struggled to name. This is the beginning. This is not just about memory. This is about destiny, about you, about the hidden training ground you've been walking every single night without even realizing it. If you've ever carried the quiet ache that you don't quite belong here, if you've always sensed that your life is threaded with a deeper purpose, if you've walked through this world with a subtle knowing that you are marked, chosen, and set apart for something greater, then lean closer, because this message is for you. It is not theory. It is not coincidence. It is spiritual intelligence whispered into your path. A reminder that you were meant to hear at precisely this moment. Before we go deeper, pause. Acknowledge what is already stirring in your chest. That sudden resonance, that quiet yes in your spirit, is not random. It's recognition, like a tuning fork, vibrating at a frequency it remembers. You are not stumbling upon this by chance. This is alignment. And if you've ever wondered why your nights feel more mysterious than your days, why your sleep feels less like rest and more like battle, revelation, or training, then prepare yourself, because what we are about to uncover will shift the way you view your dream life forever. There is a realm behind your eyelids, one more vast and more real than the waking world. Dreams are not escapist illusions. They are corridors, spiritual hallways designed for those who have been marked with purpose. They are places where the veil of the natural is lifted, where truth is not hidden in riddles, but revealed in symbols, codes, and frequencies. And whether or not you remember them when you wake, you have already walked these halls. You've felt the ripple of their reality in the quickened pulse of your heart, in the chill that brushes over your skin, in the unshakable sense that something greater happened while the rest of the world was asleep. What if I told you that while you sleep, your spirit is wide awake, fully engaged in a level of reality your waking mind cannot yet comprehend? You are not escaping. You are encountering. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are being summoned into encounters where visions are given, instructions are delivered, codes are imparted, And sometimes assignments are placed upon your life that your conscious mind cannot yet carry. And the mystery of forgetting is not weakness, it is evidence of strategy. Because in your dreams, you are not merely a spectator, you are being seen, you are watched. The atmosphere bends to accommodate your spirit-charged presence. Angels attend you, frequencies shift around you, even the forces of darkness take notice. And this is why so many of the most significant moments of your destiny may have already occurred in dreams you cannot recall. But why the forgetting? Why this veil that seems to rob you of clarity? The answer is both simple and profound. The mind has limits, but the spirit has levels. God does not entrust revelations of eternal weight to shallow memory that can be tampered with, diluted, or prematurely exposed. What the mind forgets, the spirit retains. What slips through your conscious grasp is sealed within the architecture of your soul, waiting, protected, encrypted, until the moment your destiny requires it. Some truths are too heavy for the present version of you, too potent to be mishandled by a heart not yet ready. So they are hidden, not as punishment, but as preservation. This is why your dreams often feel just out of reach. They are echoes from the future, resonances of your destiny pulling you forward, not with full clarity, but with mystery. Because mystery creates movement. It draws you, urges you, compels you to keep searching, to keep becoming. Mystery is the fuel of growth, and your movement is awakening prophecy. You are not wandering aimlessly through the night. You are being led. Your forgetting is not a curse. It is protection. It is proof that heaven is guarding what you carry. Here lies a truth few dare to say. There are dreams you are not meant to remember yet. Because if you did, the adversary would know precisely where to strike, precisely what to sabotage. This is not just about dreams. This is a war of revelation versus timing. And forgetting is not failure. It is divine defense. The one who marked you has hidden what is sacred until you are strong enough to carry it openly. And when the veil begins to lift, when remembrance is finally allowed to break through, everything will shift. Your reality will no longer be colored by faint impressions or unexplainable stirrings. You will move with authority, knowing that you were never just a dreamer, but a receiver of divine blueprints. Sleep is not silence. Sleep is transition. And for those who are chosen, sleep is entry into a different battlefield. Every time you close your eyes, your body lies down, but your spirit rises. And the moment it does, you are seen, not only by heaven, but also by darkness. The enemy does not fear who you are right now. He fears who you are becoming. He sees the future imprint of your light, the reach of your influence, the resonance of your voice, long before you do. And his mission is simple: to intercept, to distort, to exhaust you before you awaken fully. That's why your dream life is not neutral. It's a battleground. And if you've ever jolted awake in the middle of the night with a pounding heart, if you've ever felt an oppressive weight pressing on your chest, if you've glimpsed a shadow in the corner of a dream or heard a voice that almost spoke a name but vanished before you could grasp it, understand this. It was never just a bad dream. It was a signal. Because thieves do not break into empty houses. The attacks on your dreams are proof of your value. If your nights are under siege, it is because your destiny is dangerous to the enemy. And so, the war intensifies. For the spiritually asleep, the enemy expends little effort. They pose no threat. But for the awakened, for those whose spirits are beginning to remember their true identity, he panics. He scrambles. He unleashes distractions, false dreams, terrors, residues of fear that cling to your mornings like heavy fog. Not because you are weak, but because you are rising, because you are remembering, because you are closer than ever to the unveiling of who you truly are. But here's the part you must hold on to. You are not fighting this war alone. Heaven has already encrypted your dreams, hidden them in fireproof vaults, guarded them like sacred scrolls, sealed, until your spirit matures to the point where they can be revealed. The silence you've mistaken for absence is actually strategy. The forgetting you feared as weakness is protection. For some visions are too pure to be left vulnerable, too prophetic to be exposed to contamination. You are not being denied, you are being preserved. This divine amnesia is a firewall, a shield, a holy encryption system designed so that what you carry cannot be stolen prematurely. If the enemy had full access to the plans God is weaving into your spirit, he would launch a war beyond your current strength. So heaven conceals it, not forever, but until the right moment. The blueprint is hidden within you, waiting for your life to catch up to your destiny. And every night you've endured in silence, every forgotten dream, every unexplained heaviness has been part of a process designed not to weaken you, but to refine you. Because destiny is not built in the noise of constant revelation. It is built in the shadows of mystery, in the fire of battles fought unseen, in the quiet endurance of those who know deep in their bones that something sacred is unfolding, even if they can't yet articulate it. Your spirit has been absorbing lessons your mind cannot yet translate. Each night, while you thought you were resting, you were being shaped. Each forgotten vision was not wasted. It was planted like a seed in the soil of your soul, ready to sprout when the season of awakening arrives. And that season is closer than you think. You've already begun to sense it, haven't you? That subtle shift in the atmosphere of your life, the way ordinary spaces suddenly feel charged with invisible weight, the way conversations that once seemed casual now carry undercurrents you can't ignore. You walk into a room and feel as though you've stepped into a frequency you've encountered before, but you cannot trace when or where. You look at familiar faces and sense layers of meaning beyond their words. You wake in the morning, not with clear memories, but with vibrations, impressions, and whispers that cling to your chest as though your soul is still echoing from something eternal. These are not accidents. They are the first signs that the veil is thinning, that what has long been encrypted in your spirit is beginning to surface. The forgetting has not been loss. It has been gestation. And gestation always ends with birth. But birth is not comfortable. Awakening is rarely wrapped in gentle light. More often, it comes clothed in pressure, silence, disconnection, and the stripping away of everything that no longer fits the emerging version of you. The places you once felt safe now feel too small. The habits that once soothed you now leave you restless. Even parts of yourself you once clung to begin to fall away, as if your old identity is cracking under the weight of what your soul is remembering. And though it can feel like confusion, what you are experiencing is recalibration. Your spirit is syncing with a divine rhythm that the surface of your mind cannot yet explain. This is not decay. This is metamorphosis. You are shedding layers, being aligned, drawn into the resonance of who you truly are. In this stage, your dreams themselves begin to change. Where once they felt scattered and symbolic, fragmented like shards of glass, they begin to pulse with intention. You may not recall them vividly, but you will feel their precision in the way you wake differently, the way your intuition sharpens, the way your discernment grows keener without explanation. This is because the dreams are no longer being stored in the fragile vault of your memory. They are being written directly into the DNA of your spirit. Think of it like divine code etched into your essence, silently programming you to embody what your mind cannot yet grasp. And this is why you often wake not with images, but with knowing, not with clarity, but with conviction. Because your spirit is absorbing instructions your memory cannot yet process, shaping you into the person who will one day walk out the vision you've only glimpsed in fragments. This is where most falter, because the human ego craves clarity more than transformation. We long for images, for recall, for the ability to point and say, "I saw this." But heaven is not training you to boast in visions. It is training you to become the vision. And to become requires mystery. To become demands trust. To become requires you to lean into the silence and the pressure without demanding full explanations. Many give up here because they mistake silence for abandonment, forgetting for weakness, and mystery for emptiness. But if you are still here, still reading, still feeling the resonance of these words pulling something deep inside of you, then know this: you are not like most people. You are part of a remnant, being forged in ways the majority cannot comprehend. You are not being punished with silence. You are being prepared in the dark. Your nights are not empty. They are classrooms. Every time your body surrenders to sleep, your spirit enters a different chamber of training. Some nights are battlefields where you wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with shadows that seek to weigh down your destiny. Other nights are temples where whispers of instruction are spoken in languages your waking mind cannot yet translate, but your soul understands perfectly. Sometimes you are shown rapid flashes, scenes that feel incoherent to your memory but are crystal clear to your spirit. Sometimes you are thrust into simulations, dreamscapes designed to sharpen your discernment, test your endurance, refine your authority. And though your waking mind may wake blank, your spirit always carries the imprint of what was learned. That is why you wake feeling heavier, stronger, or more aware, even without being able to say why. Not every lesson is meant to be remembered. Some are meant to be embedded. Some are meant to become instinct, shaping your reactions before you even realize it. Heaven knows that pride contaminates revelation, so it sometimes hides even your own progress from you. This is why you may feel the tension of growth without the clarity of knowing how far you've come. But make no mistake, you are being shaped. Every shadow faced in silence, every unremembered battle, every forgotten vision has been forging strength in you, sharpening your spiritual edge, building weight into your presence. True authority is not built in grand displays, but in hidden obedience. Destiny is not constructed in applause, but in the unseen grind of nights when only heaven knows what you endured. And now, something is shifting. You are reaching the threshold of unveiling, a stage where what has been buried begins to surface. The encrypted codes of your dreams are stirring. The sealed scrolls of your spirit are starting to unroll. This is why the warfare has escalated in your nights and why the pressure has intensified in your days. The enemy senses that you are on the verge of remembering, not remembering in the fragile sense of replaying images, but remembering in the deeper sense of embodying revelation. When your spirit crosses this threshold, you won't just recall dreams, you'll carry their authority in your waking life. And this is what terrifies the enemy most. Because once revelation moves from your memory into your manifestation, no force can stop it. Understand this. Forgetting has never meant meaningless. It has meant sacred. The dreams, too holy for casual recall, were hidden until your spirit was ready to steward them. Because memory is not a right. It is a mark of readiness. When heaven entrusts you with a dream, you can recall vividly. It is not just for inspiration. It is an assignment. It comes with responsibility. And responsibility is weight. Not everyone is ready to bear it. That is why God withholds some visions until your character has caught up with your calling, until your spirit has matured enough to protect what your mind has seen. He does not hide to tease. He hides to protect. He seals visions like seeds in soil, silent and unseen, but alive with potential, waiting for the right season to burst forth. Perhaps you've woken in the night with your heart racing, your spirit trembling, certain that you saw something massive, only for the images to dissolve before you could grasp them. It was not lost. It was filed, archived in the library of your soul until the day your life is aligned enough to unlock it. And when that unlocking happens, it will not simply return as a dream. It will return as a call to action, a divine summons that demands not just awareness, but obedience. Because remembering is not about knowing, it is about becoming. And becoming requires sacrifice. To recall certain dreams is to step into assignments that may cost you comfort, reputation, or safety. That is why the veil is merciful until you are strong enough to carry what you once only glimpsed. When that veil lifts, your reality shifts. You will no longer feel merely chosen. You will know it, and the world will recognize it in the way you walk, the way you speak, the way atmospheres bend in your presence. Because the chosen are not defined by titles or certificates. They are defined by the weight of what they carry, the unseen authority that follows them from the dream realm into the waking world. And your nights have been preparing you for this moment all along. The spiritual battles that left you drained in the morning were never signs of defeat. They were signs of training. The heaviness you felt pressing on your chest, the voices that slipped away before you could name them, the shadows that haunted your edges, these were all shaping you, testing you, refining you, until you could stand not just as a dreamer, but as a vessel of revelation. This is why the pressure has increased. This is why the silence has grown louder. This is why your soul feels restless even when your life appears calm. Because heaven is finishing the final phase of your training. The veil will not remain closed forever. The encrypted dreams are waiting, and when they unlock, it will not be for entertainment. It will be for assignment. Your words will shift. Your presence will carry new weight. You will move not with theory, but with authority. And the world will know that you have seen behind the veil and returned carrying fire. Do not despise the silence. Do not mistake forgetting for failure. Do not envy those who recall vividly while you wake blank. Your path is not lesser. It is more guarded, because what you carry is too sacred to be exposed too soon. Your forgetting has been your firewall. Your silence has been your shield. And soon, when the moment comes, everything that has been hidden will ignite in divine timing. The blueprint is not lost. It has been sealed inside you, waiting for you to become the version of yourself who can carry it fully. And that version of you is closer than you realize. There comes a moment in every journey of the chosen where silence breaks, where the hidden becomes unveiled, where what was once locked in mystery rises like a flame from the soul into the light of day. You have walked through long nights where your dreams were swallowed in forgetfulness, where your spirit wrestled in realms unseen, where your body woke more weary than when it lay down. But those nights were never wasted. They were shaping you. They were chiseling strength into your character and writing blueprints into your spirit's DNA. You have been trained in the shadows, disciplined in silence, refined in the hidden classroom of the night. And now, as the veil begins to thin, you are on the edge of remembering, not with fragile memory, but with embodied revelation that will alter how you move in the world forever. When the scrolls sealed in your spirit begin to unroll, you will not simply remember what you saw. You will awaken to who you are. You will begin to notice how the whispers you once ignored now speak with undeniable clarity. The coincidences you brushed aside will reveal themselves as coordinates leading you into alignment. The fragments you thought were meaningless will suddenly snap into focus, forming a pattern too precise to deny. You will recognize that every forgotten dream was not erased, but planted, and now those seeds are breaking open, not in your memory, but in your life. What you could not recall in the night will manifest in your choices, your voice, your presence. You will walk into places and feel as though you've already been there, because you have. Your spirit visited them in dreams long before your body arrived. This is the moment where destiny ceases to be a distant concept and becomes a lived reality. The authority you carry will not come from eloquence, from titles, or from human validation. It will come from the unseen weight of your training. People may not know why they listen when you speak, why the atmosphere shifts when you enter a room, why your presence unsettles darkness and awakens hunger in others, but you will know. It is because you have carried fire through the night season, and now that fire is visible. Your life will no longer be about chasing clarity or grasping after forgotten dreams. It will be about walking as the embodiment of revelation, living as proof that what heaven hides, it also reveals in perfect time. Do not think for a moment that this awakening is the end. It is only the beginning. The dreams you could not remember were preparations for assignments you will now carry. They were rehearsals for authority you are about to walk in. And as you step into this new phase, the warfare may not cease, but it will change. You will no longer fight from confusion, but from confidence. No longer question whether you are chosen, but move as one who knows it. The enemy has feared this moment all along, because it is here that you stop being reactive and start being activated. You cease to simply defend your purpose and begin to release it. You are no longer just a dreamer being shaped in secret. You are a vessel carrying revelation into a world starved for light. So let this truth settle deep in your spirit. You were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. Every silence, every forgotten dream, every restless night was strategy. Heaven was protecting you, preserving you, refining you, until you could carry what you were born to carry. And now, as the veil lifts, you stand at the threshold of release. You are not waiting for destiny to come. It is already here. You are not chasing dreams. You are becoming them. You are not stumbling in darkness. You are rising as light. Declare it now with boldness. I am not forgotten. I am being prepared. Speak it until it reverberates in your chest, until it silences every lie of delay, until it drowns out the whispers of doubt. For the truth is this: you are ready. Ready not because you remember every dream, but because your spirit has been forged in the fire of them. Ready not because you know every detail, but because you trust the one who planted them. Ready not because the path is easy, but because the fire within you is stronger than the darkness around you. The time of hiding is over. The scrolls are opening. The seed is breaking. The vision is awakening, and you are stepping into the world, not as one who has seen fragments, but as one who carries fire. Rise now, move with authority, walk in destiny. The dreams you thought were lost were never lost at all. They were waiting for this moment, the moment where they would no longer exist as fleeting images in the night, but as living reality in your life. This is your awakening. This is your call. This is your moment to light up the dark.